the heart of Ado-Ekiti flows a sacred river known as OWERRI, the river of divine fishes. Here, the waters do more than nourish the land. They carry the spirit of a goddess. Local legend tells of a powerful deity who transformed herself into this river, leaving behind as sacred children the fishes that swim within. To harm them is taboo. To eat them unthinkable. According to the people, no matter how long this fish boils, it will never soften. And anyone who dares to defile the sacred order by catching or cooking a fish from OWERRI will face the wrath of the goddess herself. The Erin-Ayonigba River is not only a site of mystery, but also of healing. The people believe that its waters cleanse the body and spirit. They drink from it, bathe in it, and use it in their daily lives, trusting the river spirit to protect their community from harm. Visitors often come to feed the sacred fish with bread, watching as they gather gracefully at the surface. For the people of Erin-Gio, OWERRI is more than just the water. It is life, healing, and the heartbeat of their faith. Data according to the United Nations World Food Programme says 30.6 million Nigerians face acute food insecurity. Experts blame on many factors which include the security challenges in the North and Middle Belt, post-harvest losses, poor storage facility, and a couple of other issues. Over the years, there have been efforts at boosting food production in Nigeria, taking advantage of its over 70 million hectares of land, multiple agroecological zones, and a climate favorable for year-round farming. There have been several other such interventions by governments at council, state, and federal levels, including the Produce for Lagos program and the 500 billion naira guarantee fund scheme by the Lagos state government. In September, the Minister of Agriculture and Food Security, Abubakar Yari, said the prices of food items have crashed across the country, but some Nigerians differ, saying they are yet to feel the ease.
Before, we said chicken for it before, but now we sell 5,000 naira.
This one, before they're selling 300, now they're selling 500 because onion don't cost. Down they're selling, before they're selling 3,500, now they're selling 6,000. Everything don't cost.
About 2 months ago, we are buying the food like rice or back of rice is 70-something thousand naira, like 75, 78, 73. But now 60, 62, 50, 55 safe. So if I look, it's gone down now. Not say like if you have increasing the price now.
2025 marks the 80th anniversary of the annual World Food Day, which is celebrated on October the 16th every year. This year with the theme, Hand in Hand for Better Food and a Better Future, the United Nations target building a peaceful, sustainable, and food-secure future where everyone has access to a healthy diet. To achieve this, experts suggest the way forward must be comprehensive, from tackling insecurity to investing in climate resilience farming to improving storage, irrigation, and transportation systems. That's in addition to strengthening farmers' cooperatives, access to finance and research. With the right investment, policies, and protection for its farmers, Nigeria may be on its way from food insecurity to food sovereignty. Because in a nation so richly blessed, no one should go hungry.
If you order both InDrive or Uber and you see this man run for your life.
Immediately I entered this man's car, there was something hanging in front of his mirror. It looked so fetish and...
But this same man picked me up, May 3rd, and he did the same thing.
Oh, chef boat, chef Uber, chef InDrive.
I'm getting scared because like, oh my God, what if he's the one? You guys, please be careful.
This is the man who goes around in boats, InDrive and Uber, allegedly robbing women of their belongings, raping ladies in his ride, and pretending to offer safe transport while carrying knives, scissors, guns, and other weapons in his car.
This guy has pepper spray, he has gun, he has sharp weapons, whatever.
For months, young women have cried out, sharing stories of their painful encounters with this predator. They talk about how he allegedly threatens them, hurts them, and strips them not just of their possessions, but of their dignity.
And you are telling me I'm not with your phone. He's like, you want me to kill you here? He now brought out the knife. He was not holding the knife. He said he's going to stab me to death. Started diverting to another route. That do I have condom inside my bag? Look at what he was asking me. I said I don't have condom inside my bag. He now searched my bag that he's going to send my body in parts. That he already has people that will buy my body.
Despite these cries and warnings, he is still on the road. He is still picking up unsuspecting women and still moving through Uber, Bolt, and InDrive like a hunter, waiting for his next victim. And the most heartbreaking question remains, why is a man like this still allowed to drive? Why has no company taken firm action to protect the very people they promise safety to?
Uber are still allowing this man to drive after he has victimized a lot of girls. Every day they're going to complain about on riders. Every day.
So why would Uber and Bolt and InDrive allow a known criminal walk with them?
Will you be employing a highway robber to be on the highway picking people?
Every day that passes without justice is another day of risk for countless women. What use is technology if it cannot protect the vulnerable? What good is business when it ignores the cries of the broken? To the companies, the question is simple. How many more women must be hurt before you act? How many more tears must fall before you listen?
Please, Nigerian police, come to our help. Like, the government should look into it. Police, they should look into it. And even close to like 8 or more were saying, oh, I've inside this man car before, oh, I'm a victim, oh, I almost got kidnapped. What? The worst part of this issue is that it has been reported to the police, but police did nothing about it.
To every reader, this is not just a story. This is a call to wake up, a call to demand safety, a call to make sure that no man, no matter how cunning, is allowed to use the will as a weapon against women again. Because as long as this man is allowed to drive, every woman on the road is in danger.
The government is not doing anything. Somebody should do something about this guy.
Africa faces a major challenge of dominance as leaders refuse to step down and hold on to power despite time and age failing them. Here are top 10 African leaders who have refused to give up leadership positions despite various challenges. 1. Teodoro Obiang of Equatorial Guinea. He gained power in 1979 and is still in power as the president of Equatorial Guinea till date, making him Africa's longest-serving president. 2. Paul Biya of Cameroon. He gained power in 1982 as the president and at the age of 92 has reportedly declared interest to run for another term during Cameroon's next presidential poll. 3. Yoweri Museveni of Uganda. He gained power in 1986 after seizing a true rebellion and has served as the 9th and current president of Uganda since then. 4. Denis Asungwe of the Republic of Congo. He gained power in 1997, and before then, has served as the president between 1979 to 1992. He passed the new constitution in 2015, which enabled him to stand for another term in 2016 and 2021 presidential elections, with a majority in the first round. 5. Paul Kagame of Rwanda, a politician and former military officer. He gained power in 2000 after leading the Rwanda Patriotic Front. 6. Isaiah Afwerki of Eritrea is a politician and leader who gained power since independence in 1993 as the president of Eritrea and the former chairman of the People's Front for Democracy and Justice since 1994. 7. Ismail Omar of Djibouti. He gained power in 1999 as the president, making him the head of state and head of government of the Djibouti and the commander-in-chief of the Djibouti Armed Forces. He's been there up to date. 8. Faure Asingbe of Togo. He gained power in 2005 after his father's 38-year rule and is no longer in power as of May 3, 2025, after he was succeeded by Jane Lucian as the first president of the Council of Ministers, while the role of president became ceremonial. 9. Alassane Ouattara of Ivory Coast. He gained power as the president since 2010 with controversial re-election bids, but he remains the president of Côte d'Ivoire till date. 10. Ali Bongo of Gabon. He is a politician and dictator. He was the third president of Gabon from 2009 until he was deposed in a coup in 2023. He ruled for 14 years after succeeding his father's 42-year reign.
The Nigerian music industry has witnessed a significant shift in popularity and success over the years. Many artists who once dominated the airwaves and commanded large followings have seen their careers decline. Here are 10 Nigerian artists whose careers have gone down the drain. 1. Daddy Shoki. Daddy Shoki was a pioneer of the Agbaman style of music. His popularity peaked in the 1990s with hits like Diana. However, his music career has declined significantly since then. 2. Olumentain. Olumentein's hit single Yawuze became a massive success in the late 2000s. However, his subsequent releases failed to match the success of Yawuze, leading to a decline in his music career. 3. Face. Face was a prominent figure in the Nigerian music industry in the late 1990s and early 2000s, despite his hit singles including Femi Kuti and Kolo Mental. His career has struggled to maintain momentum. 4. Solid Star. Solid Star's music career has faced significant challenges, including limited releases and reduced visibility. Despite his initial success, he has struggled to regain momentum in the competitive Nigerian music industry. 5. Red MC. Red MC's unique style and energetic performances initially gained attention. However, her career failed to sustain momentum due to a lack of consistent quality music and strategic management. 6. Flex B. Flex B's popularity peaked in the mid-2000s with hits like Omorire and Number One Fan. However, his subsequent releases failed to match the success of his earlier works, leading to a decline in his career. 7. Tony Tetula. Tony Tetula was known for his humorous lyrics. However, his popularity has waned over the years due to a lack of consistent quality content and changing musical trends. 8. Mehdi. Mehdi's music career has been marked by struggles to regain momentum. Despite his collaborations with prominent artists, he has failed to produce hits that resonate with his fan base. 9. Korede Bello. Korede Bello rose to fame with his hit single Godwin. Despite his initial success, his music career has experienced a downturn with limited releases and reduced visibility. 10. Dija's soulful voice and potential were evident in her singles. Despite her talent, she has faced challenges in sustaining a successful music career with limited releases and collaborations. Despite their contributions to the Nigerian music industry, their careers have not sustained the same level of success as they once enjoyed.
Every single day, Lagos generates over 13,000 metric tons of solid waste, more than many African countries produce in a week. But less than half of this waste is properly collected or disposed, while the rest piles up in streets, markets, and growing dump sites across the city, turning communities into ticking time bombs. From Ojota to Agege, Ayobo to Iyanoba, and across Lagos, waste is piling up faster than it can be managed, threatening both the health of residents and the environment.
Very, very hard, like just to struggle for myself and for my kids too. So that life in this place is just for you to look for somewhere to just hide your head, just put your head.
And they face a lot of challenges here in this place because like what I'm saying here, the place they live, kind of work they do, where they cook and what they eat every day. It's going to affect them because many of them are here just for them to survive.
There is just one of two things that is come up is that they will have to sell something before they will see money here to eat. Either they sell plastic or a rubber or keg or nylon, so they'll need to sell it. They'll work hard to get the money here. But in this place, you see a lot of people, they are living here. It's not like they don't have the money to rent house, but the money is too hard for them to see. Even though if they see the money safe, they will have to buy something. If rain fall, you will see a lot of water before you are coming into this place.
But beyond residents, thousands of people depend on these dump sites for survival, selling foods and scavenging recyclables in risky and unhealthy conditions just to make a living. The question remains, how is the government tackling this challenge, and what is the plan for communities like Ojota, where the health of thousands is at stake?
We have monitoring and compliance officers who go around to enforce environmental laws. So since last year, we've arrested and prosecuted close to 200 offenders for littering, for dumping bulk waste. And we've also sealed a lot of facilities, commercial facilities that have not been obeying the environmental laws. We need to reduce the amount of waste we're generating. We need to reuse as much of that waste as possible, and also to recycle as much as possible. And that's the gospel we've been taking throughout the state. We're currently running a 2-bin system in Lagos. We have 2 bins, a green bin for general waste and a blue bin for mixed recyclables. And we have 80,000 of those, which we're selling through our websites. The 2 legacy dump sites at Olushosun and Solus 3 in Igodo. Each dump site will be replaced by a transfer loading station. From these transfer loading stations, we'll transport waste to new material recovery facilities, one in Ikorodu and one in Badagry. And those 2 sites collectively will process about 4,000 tons of waste out of the 13,000 we generate daily.
With this sensitization, we hope that the market women actually comply with the rules of the Thursday sanitation. That's number 1, which is very essential. Number 2 is to keep their goods and the things they sell in the proper places they are meant to keep them. Trade in the proper places they are meant to trade. don't trade on the walkway, abide by the rules, leave the amount of meters that's left to be on the road for cars and vehicles to, to move around. And not only that alone, it's also essential for our market women as well. Once they are done with the day's trade, they should clean and sweep, the place that they've carried out their trade, their stores and their shops, put it in a proper, nice waste bin, tie it up, and take it to where the lawma operatives are meant to carry out, their duties, and make sure.
I'm glad to have you join us today for the news, reports and updates on African News 24 TV. I'm Mary Adam. Let's take the highlights first. FCT Minister Nyesom Wike trade words with soldiers over landed property in Abuja. Former Bayelsa State Governor Sylva chides EFCC for not following due process before declaring him wanted. U.S. President threatens to sue BBC and claim damages of $1 billion over editing slip. Let's dive into the bulletin, beginning with what clearly is a tense moment when the Minister of the Federal Capital Territory, Nyesom Wike, went on a site inspection. The minister is seen trading words with a naval officer who had prevented him and officials of the FCTA from accessing a piece of land. In the video, which is now viral, Wike, who is visibly angry, is heard saying, "We cannot continue to act with impunity. We cannot continue this way. We cannot continue this way in this country." The portion of land reportedly belongs to a former chief of naval staff. After several unsuccessful attempts at gaining access to the property, the minister eventually left with his entourage. Away from that, former Governor of Bayelsa State and former Minister of State for Petroleum Resources has responded to a summon by the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission (EFCC). The former minister, in a statement by his media aide, Julius Bukuru, berated the anti-graft agency for not following due process in the summon. Bukuru alleges that the former minister was not notified before declaring him wanted over an alleged fraud. He described the development as being politically motivated, since the invite did not come through formal channels. EFCC declared Sylva wanted for his alleged involvement in a $14.8 million fraud. Meanwhile, a day after declaring Sylva wanted, the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission has gone ahead to place the former Minister of State for Petroleum Resources on international watch lists. EFCC petitioned the United States Federal Bureau of Investigation, FBI, Interpol, the UK Metropolitan Police, and security agencies in Canada and other countries. The anti-graft agency is putting Sylva on the wanted list over an alleged conspiracy and dishonest conversion of $14.8 million. Spokesperson of the anti-graft agency, Dele Oyewale, in a public notice, noted that the funds in question were provided by the Nigeria Content Development and Monitoring Board for Atlantic International Refinery and Petrochemical Limited. And to security, the presidency has given assurance to Nigerians of President Bola Tinubu's commitment to tackle insecurity and promote peaceful coexistence. This is according to a statement by the Special Advisor to the President on Policy Communication, Sunday Dare, in a post shared on X. Dare described Tinubu as a leader determined to end terrorism and rebuild national unity. He highlights TINUBU's focus on peace building and harmony and also leading the fight against terrorism and insecurity. Diary's remarks come ahead of an anticipated meeting between President TINUBU and his United States counterpart, Donald Trump, over allegations of a Christian genocide in Nigeria.
The federal government says resolving insecurity in the north-central region requires more than military operations. It demands community participation and mutual trust. During the presentation at the presidential villa, the senior special advisor on community engagement for North Central, ABUJA, identified key causes of insecurity, including land disputes, illegal mining, banditry, and historical mistrust among communities.
So for the North Central region, we've launched what we call the Presidential Community Engagement Peace Structures across the 121 local governments. We've done 43 out of 121 local governments. We've set up community peace structures to strengthen peace and also social cohesion across the North Central region. We've done 43, 21 for Kogi State and 23 for Benue. And this week I'll be going to Plateau State to set up another community peace structure across the 72 local government of Plateau State. We'll be engaging different leaders of association from the CAN to the MACBAM to Mieti Allah to the AFAN, the Association of Farm Associations, the traditional rulers.
He explained that the committee has already begun implementing grassroots peace structures across the region's 121 local government areas, with 43 communities already covered and further deployment planned in states such as Plateau. President TINUBU welcomed the initiative and directed relevant ministries to support it by improving infrastructures and road networks, which have often been exploited by criminal elements. The Special Advisor on Community Engagement Southeast, Chioma Weze, noted that the administration's new strategy recognizes that about 70% of the security challenges in the North Central zone can be solved through dialogue and reconciliation, rather than relying solely on force.
I was able to share with the President what we have done so far in Southeast, that we hit the ground running by setting up a citizens' assembly where we can hear all the things that the citizens in the Southeast have to talk about the President. We are able to take all the President's policies to the grassroots and make sure that the people know what the President is doing for them.
For the Northwest region, we have highlighted to Mr. President the level of out-of-school children, which through my office we've been able to enroll these young, vulnerable children into primary schools. We give them education materials, we give them exercise books, uniforms, and all that they require so that they go back to school.
The President says that the registration of NIN is very paramount, and it's also important to nurture our people from cradle to the grave. So the President has a strong passion for the grassroots community, and it's high time we all joined hands together to nurture people, particularly the vulnerables, at the grassroots and from cradle to grave.
The Presidential Committee says it will continue working with traditional rulers, youth groups, and local stakeholders to promote peace, rebuild trust, and strengthen social cohesion across the North Central region.
In a related development, some civil society groups in Nigeria have strongly condemned a recent comment by the United States President Donald Trump, alleging that Christians in Nigeria are facing genocide. The groups describe the statement as misleading and capable of creating unnecessary religious tension. We have more in this report, where the protesters are calling for restraints.
Reactions have continued to trail Donald Trump's remark claiming that Christians in Nigeria are being targeted for extermination. In Abuja, members of the coalition of northern groups and other civil society organizations took to the streets to express displeasure over what they termed a careless and divisive statement. They said the United States President's comment paints Nigeria in a negative light and overlooks the government's ongoing efforts to promote peace and religious harmony.
The CNG rejects the false and divisive narrative that violence in Nigeria is religiously one-sided. The claim of a Christian genocide is not a misunderstanding, it is a strategic deception. Nigeria will not be the next experiment. Trump's sudden concern for persecuted Christians is a smokescreen. His record shows indifference to African lives. What truly offends him is Nigeria's growing diplomatic independence, our increasing ties with China, Russia, and the global south, and our resistance to neo-colonial fragile. To Donald Trump, keep your threats to yourself. Nigeria is a sovereign nation, not a client state. To the federal government, take decisive, coordinated action to end insecurity in the north. Enough of the complacency. Nigeria must defend its citizens, its sovereignty, and its dignity.
He explained that while insecurity affects people of all faiths, it is wrong to frame the crisis as a religious war. Participants at the event urged both local and international media organizations to verify information before publication, emphasizing that Nigerians' unity should not be undermined by political or religious propaganda.
Still on the story, the wife of the president, TINUBU, has called on Christian youths across the country to take a stand against misinformation and narratives that threaten national unity. Represented by Salamatu Gbajabiamila, wife of the chief of staff to the president, she urged young Christians to become voices of truth and peace, stressing that the future of Nigeria depends on unity and mutual respect amongst its citizens. We have more in this report.
The First Lady of Nigeria, Senator TINUBU, has advised Nigerian youth to possess the responsibility of promoting truth and harmony in the face of grave misinformation and division. Salamatu Gbajabiamila, who represented the First Lady, noted the spread of false information often fuels mistrust and misunderstanding between a different religious group, a situation she believed can be reversed through knowledge, tolerance, and engagement. The event brought together Christian youth leaders, clerics, and government representatives who discussed ways to strengthen national unity through faith-based initiatives.
These times call for love, enhanced unity, and fervent prayer. Let us choose harmony over division, be our brother's keeper, and stand against every form of religious bigotry or ethnic intolerance. Under the leadership of His Excellency President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, GCFR, the government has redoubled its commitment to security of lives and property, guided by the renewed hope agenda to build a united, resilient, and prosperous Nigeria.
She emphasized that young people play a vital role in shaping public opinion and must use their voices to promote peace and national development. Also speaking, the National Chairman of Youth Wing Christian Association of Nigeria, Blessed EKWEREMADU'S, said the Youth Wing remains committed to countering misinformation and promoting peaceful coexistence across all regions.
We stand here today on behalf of millions of Christian youth across the country to say, stop the killings of Christians, stop the killings of Muslims, stop the killings of all Nigerians. Every life matters. Every Nigerian deserves protection. No citizen should be abandoned to the weapons of criminals. To our leaders and security commanders, we appeal to you, act now.
He urged Nigerian youth to resist the temptation of hate speech and divisive propaganda, adding that peace and truth are the strongest foundations for a united nation. For participants at the event, the message was clear: building a Nigeria begins with responsible communication and a shared commitment of peace.
Still on security, but this time in Imo State, where the State Police Command has discovered 2 suspected kidnappers' camps in OWERRI West local government area, following an intensive raid led by ACP Oladimeji Odeyewa of the anti-kidnapping unit. The operation targeted hideouts in the Ndengo and Amakura Ubi forests, following recent reports of abduction in the area. During the raid, officers found a decomposing body believed to be one of the kidnappers' victims. Police authorities say the operation will continue until all criminal syndicates operating within the area are completely dismantled.
The Imo State Police Command has successfully uncovered 2 suspected kidnappers' camp located in Indogu and Amakowa Ubi communities in OWERRI West. The operation, led by ACP Oladimeji Odeyewa, followed the recent adoption of a lawyer in the area, which heightened concern about rising kidnapping incidents. During the raid, officers found a decomposing corpse believed to be one of the adopters' victims. Police spokesman XP Henry Okoye confirmed that the body has been taken to the mortuary for autopsy and samples will be sent for DNA analysis to determine the victim's identity.
We can see how difficult it is for we to get to this place where we are today from OWERRI. Following credible intelligence discovered during their investigations, they had to come here. And in the process of getting to this place, they recovered or discovered a yet to be identified decomposed corpse. We are going to deposit the corpse at the mortuary, and then we intend to send some samples for further DNA analysis to discover the identity of the deceased.
Local vigilantes groups were credited with providing intelligence that led to discovery. Chidi, head of Irete Autonomous Community Vigilante, praised the police, particularly the Tiger-based team, for their swift action.
I thank especially the police team, especially from the Tiger base, who always responds to our immediate need. Without them, I believe this cannot have a big success. They give necessary information to the police team. I believe with their presence now, everybody has found their way. As they are continuing in this exercise, I assure you, the kidnappers, they will not find a space to live in this place.
The Imo State Police Command has pledged to maintain operations until all kidnapping syndicates within the areas are neutralized.
Back to the nation's capital, where a coalition of Christian groups from northern Nigeria has staged a peaceful protest in Abuja, alleging marginalization and discrimination in federal appointments. The demonstrators, under the banner of the AREWA Indigenous Pastors Association, are demanding fairness, equal opportunity, and inclusion in governance. The federal government has launched a new partnership to expand cassava production as part of efforts to boost food security and create jobs. The initiative is being driven by the National Agricultural Land Development Authority, NALDA. NALDA's Chief Executive Officer, Cornelius Olusegun, said the project aligns with President Bola Tinubu's vision to promote large-scale farming and reduce poverty through agriculture. And in other news, after more than 2 years of being jailed in the United Kingdom, former Deputy Senate President EKWEREMADU'S is having his case revisited by the federal government. President Bola Tinubu has sent a delegation to London to engage with the United Kingdom authorities on the possibilities of exploring legal avenues and diplomatic solutions. The delegation is led by the Minister of Foreign Affairs, Yusuf Tolga, and the Attorney General of the Federation and Minister of Justice, Lateef Fagbemi. The spokesperson of the Minister of Foreign Affairs gives the detail of the envoy as exploring the possibilities of EKWEREMADU'S serving the rest of his term in Nigeria. On May 5, 2023, EKWEREMADU'S, a former Deputy Senate President, was sentenced to 9 years and 8 months in prison, having been found guilty of organ trafficking by a UK court. As the world marks the 2025 edition of World Science Day for Peace and Development, stakeholders in Plateau State have called for stronger commitment to science and technology as tools for progress. They believe investing in research and innovation can help build a healthier and more sustainable society. We have more in this report.
Stakeholders in Plateau State joined the global celebration of World Science Day for Peace and Development, highlighting the role of science in addressing both global and local challenges. Speakers at the event stressed that scientific knowledge must be translated into practical solutions that improve life, protect the environment, and enhance public health. Commissioner for Science and Technology, Plateau State, Cletus Chokuk, said the state government is increasing investment in research and encouraging collaborations between institutions and private investors. He added that science should be more appealing to young people to inspire creativity and problem solving from an early age.
This celebration mattered to us in the sense that science is central to addressing global issues such as climate change, health crisis, and technological equity. It is essential to peace building, offering practical, sustainable solutions to contemporary global challenges. And by responding to climate crisis, epidemic, and resource shortages, science helped mitigate the root causes of many conflicts.
Permanent Secretary, Ministry of Science and Technology, Plateau State, Peter Lamba, noted that applying scientific knowledge to everyday life can help community tackle issues such as waste management, disease prevention, and food production.
Imagine that we have a science, technology, and innovation policy that has reached 20 years without a single review. A policy that does not have even words like AI, words like quantum computing, words like cloud and other emerging technologies and emerging technologies that we have today. So we are working towards the review of that.
Participants agreed that science remains central to achieving sustainable development and a healthier society for all.
Moving to politics, the lingering crisis within the People's Democratic Party has taken another turn, as the Federal High Court in Abuja once again halted the party's planned national convention. The decision followed a fresh suit filed by aggrieved members challenging the legitimacy of the current leadership and processes leading to the convention. For many party faithful, the court ruling feels like a familiar pattern of internal wrangling and last-minute legal battles that have plagued the PDP for years. Supporters who have hoped the convention would signal a new beginning now find themselves facing yet another delay and uncertainty. Meanwhile, factional chairman of the Board of Trustees of the People's Democratic Party, Senator Adolfo Wabara, has blamed greed and disobedience for the lingering crisis rocking the party. Speaking with journalists in Abuja, Wabara said the crisis is a result of some members placing personal interests above the collective good of the party. He noted that until members learn to respect the party's constitution and leadership, peace and unity will remain far-fetched. According to him, discipline, loyalty and commitment are key to rebuilding the PDP and restoring its strength as a major opposition party. Although the Anambra State governorship election may have come and gone, but it continues to generate reactions from different parts of the state and country. Residents of Anambra State have commended the Independent National Electoral Commission and security personnel for ensuring a peaceful and credible governorship election. Many said the conduct of the election restored public confidence in the electoral process. We have more on this report.
They are aimed at the effective delivery of justice in Nigeria. Key challenges include case backlogs, underfunded courts, and poor coordination among justice agencies, all of which slow the legal process.
Nigeria's justice system faces growing pressure to improve efficiency as stakeholders call for reforms to address long-standing delays and coordination gaps. Experts say tackling these challenges is crucial to restoring public trust and ensuring fair legal processes. ABUJA Benedion, Executive Secretary of the Administration of Criminal Justice Monitoring Committee, cited poor governance as a key factor behind case backlogs and underfunding courts. Our next report tells us more.
Experts have urged the removal of institutional bottlenecks that hinder the effective delivery of justice in Nigeria. Key challenges include case backlogs, underfunded courts, and poor coordination among justice agencies, all of which slow the legal process. The call was made during a stakeholders meeting in Abuja aimed at identifying lasting solutions to inefficiencies within the justice sector.
Collectively, these reforms deter unlawful detention, protect rights, and strengthen public confidence. They balance societal protection with rights respecting policing, fair trial rights, and the interest of victims.
Igbenedion attributed these lapses to poor governance and emphasized the need to sustain reform to prevent unlawful detention, protect citizens' rights, and strengthen public confidence in the justice system. Other speakers, including representatives from the Legal Aid Council and the Nigerian Correctional Service, reiterated their commitment to a people-centered, technology-driven system. They highlighted initiatives such as upgrading the correctional information management system and deploying biometric tools across custodial centers.
We recognize that access to justice must extend to all citizens, including those in correctional facilities. It is for this reason that the service continue to strengthen collaboration with the judiciary, legal aid institution, the civil society organization, and development partners such as the public-private development centers.
Speakers urged government at all levels to ensure fair trials and access to justice for all citizens, regardless of economic status, stressing that a functional justice system is essential for social stability and public trust.
Let's go on a break now. When we return, we'll tell you how oil prices are performing. That will be on business. Welcome back. Let's join Temitayo Teniola. She has the figures in the world of business.
And welcome to business. President Bola TINUBU has assured CMN Energy of government full support to improve Nigerians' power supply. The president was speaking at a meeting with CMN Middle East and African Managing Director, Dietman Sylva, in Abuja. He emphasized that stable electricity is vital for economic, social, and health sectors. According to his Special Advisor on Information and Strategy, Bayo Ononuga, the President revealed plans to increase power generation to 4,000 megawatts, aiming to position Nigeria among the top countries in energy and electricity utilization.
Our healthcare, our transportation, all depend upon energy. And without power, it is, an impossible objective. We are taking it very seriously.
And in other news, oil price fell today as market worries over oversupply offset optimism from easing U.S.-Russia tension. Brent crude dropped 12 cents to $63.94 per barrel, while WTI fell 14 cents to $59.99. Analysts cited rising OPEC production and ongoing U.S. sanction on Russia oil major as key factors weighing on the prices. While the U.S. Senate approval of federal funding provided some market relief, concern over global oil glut continue to temper investor sentiment. And that will be all on business. It's back to you.
Thank you, Temitayo. And on the foreign scene, the British Broadcasting Corporation, BBC, is facing potential lawsuits from the President of the United States, Donald Trump, after a broadcaster from the corporation admitted to error of judgment in their editing in 2021. In a letter, the president's lawyers say the BBC must retract the documentary by Friday or face a lawsuit of nothing less than $1 billion. Included in the letter is a demand of an apology from the BBC and compensation, stating its overwhelming reputational and financial harm. The documentary, which aired on the BBC's flagship Panorama News program, spliced together 3 video excerpts from Trump's speech, creating the impression he was inciting the January 6, 2021 riot. Samir Shah, BBC chair, has issued an apology on Monday for the editing of the clip, but claims in the systematic bias in the reporter's broadcast have been rejected. The UK's unemployment rate has climbed to 5%, its highest level since 2021. The latest figures from the Office of the National Statistics show a steady rise from 4.7% in the last quarter, signaling growing pressure on the economy ahead of the November 26 budget. Experts say businesses are holding back on hiring and investments as uncertainty builds over possible tax increases and weak growth. Many workers are also feeling the squeeze, with wage growth slowing and job opportunities shrinking. Analysts believe the disappointing numbers could push the Bank of England to cut interest rates next month, a move that may bring short-term relief as the Labour government battles to restore confidence in its economic plans. And in the world of sports, the Nigerian Football Federation has defended its choice of accommodation for the Super Eagles after a viral video sparked controversy online. In a video shared by Super Eagles midfielder Alex Iwobi, viewers caught a glimpse of what appeared to be a rundown environment allegedly connected to the team's hotel in Rabat, Morocco. The clip drew widespread criticisms from fans who questioned the quality of facilities provided for the players. However, the NFF has clarified that the video was misinterpreted and does not represent the team's actual accommodation. According to the team's media officer, Promise Efohe, the Super Eagles are camped at Reef Hotel. He said what trended earlier was the view of an old building that can be seen from a window. Reef was chosen because of its proximity to the team's training facility and the stadium in Rabat. Nigeria will face Gabon in CAF World Cup playoff semi-final on Thursday, with the winners set to meet either Cameroon or the Democratic Republic of Congo in the final. And finally, five-time Ballon d'Or winner Cristiano Ronaldo has announced that the 2026 FIFA World Cup will be his final appearance at the global tournament. The 40-year-old Portuguese forward revealed that he plans to retire from football within the next year or two. Portugal has yet to secure qualification for the 2026 World Cup, which will be hosted across the United States, Canada and Mexico. The team can book their spots if they defeat Ireland on Thursday. Portugal's best World Cup result remains a third-place finish in 1966. However, the team has enjoyed success in other major tournaments, winning the UEFA European Championship in 2016 and the UEFA Nations League in 2019. Let's move over to entertainment. Fawaz Akoshile is standing by. Over to you, Fawaz.
Thank you very much and welcome to the entertainment news. Nigerian Afrobeat Pace is seeing a new generation swoop in as Boluwatife Balogun, son of Afrobeat sensation Wizkid, has released his new EP named Champions Arrival. Boluwatife Balogun, whose stage name is Champs, took to all his social media channels to make the announcement of his release. Following the release, fans have showed support and love to the artist, some calling it Gbedu, claiming he is following in his dad's amazing footsteps in the Afrobeat genre. This is low-key like history repeating itself, as Wizkid also began his career at such a very young age under the name Lil Prince, where he was in a choir. And away from home, Brooklyn is still buzzing as Asake took to stage on Sunday, making history as the first African artist to headline the Red Bull Symphonic Experience. The stadium was alive with anticipation as the Afrobeat king stepped into the world of strings, horns and choir arrangements that transformed his signature Lagos-born sound into something cinematic and unforgettable. The music was more than notes and rhythms. It was culture, pride, and identity amplified. Fans from across the African diaspora swayed to every beat, their energy feeding on the orchestra that lifts Asake's music to heights it has never reached before. This is Afrobeat in full symphonic glory, honoring its roots while boldly stepping into the global stage. Asake's journey has been long and intentional. From street performances in Lagos to arenas around the world, his music has always carried the spirit of the city, raw, vibrant, and deeply emotional. Now on the booking stage, it is elevated, layered, and richer than ever, showing that African music isn't just about being heard internationally, it is about commanding attention, respect, and admiration. That is all on entertainment on this time, and it is back to you for the rest of the bulletin.
That's the much we can take for now. Thank you for tuning into African News 24 TV. Follow us on all our social media platforms showing on your screen now. And please check our website at africannews24.ng to stay informed and ahead. We'll catch you on the next broadcast. I'm Mary Adam. Bye for now.